Hi, I'm Jeff Strauss. I am the chef owner at Jeff's Table and Oi Bar here in Los Angeles. And we're here today to talk about the holiday that's upcoming and traditional food, and that is latkes. But we're going to take kind of a very Los Angeles, very Oi Bar approach to that, which is to think about the potato pancake as a kind of global experience, a very Los Angeles experience. So we're going to do a base recipe, but we're also going to introduce you to two ideas. One is latke that is inspired by Indian street food, the aloo ki tikki, which is a potato pancake from the streets of India. And also the other is a kimchi version, so a kimchi pancake, very Korean-American style. This is something that brings all of these ideas together. We're using russet potatoes. I've already peeled these. When we're peeling potatoes, one little trick, we have these little areas like this, where we get eyes. You probably have something like this stuck in your drawer. This is a melon baller. It is like the perfect thing for taking these little eyes out. So you can get that and not have to dig in with a knife. And anyway, so I like to grate the potatoes by hand, and I use a box grater, and we try not to grate our fingers in the process. That said, I think if you ask almost any home that makes potato pancakes regularly, bloody fingers, part of the holiday tradition. Be a little bit careful. I'm working into a bowl, trying to keep my fingers away, letting them collect in the bottom of the bowl and inside the box grater. That potato starts to get to be a small piece in your hand, smaller than you like at that point where you're getting uncomfortable. Stop. It's a potato. You can let that go. Take those strips and get them right into water. The reason that we're doing that, we want to wash all of this starch off. That's why when you start to cut potatoes, you see them go brown. We get this into water, get it really rinsed well, and get the potato starch off. One thing that's really important in a potato pancake or in a latke is the texture. I like something that is sort of on the side of a hash brown more than a kind of flat, cakey potato pancake. The way to get that is with these long strips of potato that have been washed and cleaned. They don't stick together quite so much. The best way to cook a potato pancake is to shallow fry. Shallow fry, about a half an inch, third of an inch of oil in the bottom of a pan, and I like to use a cast iron because it holds the heat really well and stays consistent. The goal with temperature on cooking potato pancakes, right around 350 degrees or just below. 350, you start to get to this point where some of the ingredients in the pancake are going to burn. We use butter in this recipe. Butter's going to burn at like just over 350 degrees, so if we can keep it under that, we can get that pancake crispy without burning the outside. Here is secret number 2 about making like a perfect latke. So this is cheesecloth. What we're going to do is put our onion and our potato in this cheesecloth, and we are going to twist it and squeeze as much liquid out of it as we possibly can. That liquid doesn't help us. The liquids that we add, a little bit of butter, a little bit of egg, that's going to help hold it together. But that water that's in there, that just creates dark, unhappy latkes. And then what we're going to do is gather those ends together, and we are going to squeeze. Check that out. Clean, dry bowl, into that. Mix that up. I'm getting my hands in there. You don't have to, but I really like to get that sense that things are right, and I can feel that with my fingers. So I wash my hands and I get them in the food. I'm going to mix that together. You can be grossed out, or you cannot. I like to do salt last because it's going to try to pull water out of that thing again. The first variation that we're going to do of these is the aloo ki tikki. That's that Indian street food version of the potato pancake. Traditional aloo ki tikki is made almost with mashed potato. It's really beautifully kind of fluffy. This, of course, is more of a latke. But we're going to add cilantro, and I'm using cilantro stem. So the reason I'm using cilantro stem is when you have it cut small, it has lots of sort of punchy flavor and adds a textural component as well that's really neat to bite into. But I do cut it pretty darn small. I like to form latkes with my hands. Since I have chilies in this, I'm going to use a glove. We're going to form a piece that is slightly larger than a golf ball, sort of between a golf ball and a pool ball in size. I've used a spoon on the other side. So I like a slightly thicker latke. I like it to be a little bit tall. So what I'm going to do is set a ring mold in the oil, and I'm going to load a second latke right in that ring mold. Do this really carefully because when you drop it, that oil can splash back. After a minute or so, we're going to turn that latke very carefully. I like to use a fish spatula because the grease goes through and you're not flipping fat on yourself. So as we're seeing them cooking, we might adjust the heat a little bit. If it's not quite brown enough, we're going to let it go a little further. Bring up the temp. Flip this one more time. Love the color on that one. So latkes were a part of the holiday tradition in my family. We would make them every year, probably just one night, because it's a bit of an endeavor. I remember my mom using like boxed latke mix. I remember her using kind of a mashed potato version that got super flat and kind of cakey. I remember her doing a shredded version. My mom was a pretty exploratory cook. I think that's probably where I got some of my own interest in doing this from. But this recipe that we've landed on is pretty close to what was the kind of traditional thing that landed in my family with more regularity. So it was like this beautifully crispy, slightly lacy latke, and we would top it with traditional things like sour cream, chive, applesauce. These are the traditional things. Now for the kimchi latke recipe. This one, super easy. We use a little bit of, I'm using vegan kimchi. You can use any kimchi that you like. I like it spicy, so this one is spicy. You can use mild. We want to strain that liquid out as much as possible, so there's a little bit in here. I'm going to just dump that. I really love doing things where the foods of different cultures kind of talk to each other. I think of it as this sort of cultural hopscotch, where, oh look, there's a potato pancake here, and there's a potato pancake here, and there's flavors that come from one to the other. And I try to bring them out in something that feels familiar, but also has a little something maybe special or unique in it. With food, our cultures will talk to each other, even at times when the cultures themselves won't. There we go. There we go.